Hello, my dear church boys, and welcome back to St. Robert's Daygame podcast. And this podcast is a little bit different. As you can see, I am in a complete wilderness in the countryside of Latvia with a girl and her family here. But I wanted to talk about why Russian girls cheat, and this is going to be a super short podcast. Recently, not too long ago, I published a podcast about the differences between Ukrainian and Russian girls, and I said that I've met many traveling Russian girls, and almost all of them who I've been with had boyfriends back home. And I got a message from a girl from Russia, a girl I met in Serbia many years ago when I started this traveling lifestyle. And she explained me why Russian girls cheat, and this whole idea about Russian girls being in a relationship and then traveling solo. And she explained me all of it. That was very, very insightful. It completely changed how I view Russian girls. And if previously I said I would never be in a relationship with a Russian girl because of this fact, now understanding this, I've actually changed how I see this. So today let's talk quickly about this. But before we jump into this topic, let's kind of do the typical update thing about what's happening, where I am, what's with the coaching etc. I am still in Latvia. I'm staying here for a few more weeks. I'm spending July in Budapest, a bit of Riga, Latvia, and then a few weeks in Stockholm, Sweden. About the coaching spots, I do have a 3-day coaching spot available in Budapest, Hungary. Unfortunately, I don't have enough time to coach anyone for 5 days there, but 3-day spot could be doable. Then at the end of July, I have one more coaching spot left in Stockholm, Sweden. A few guys are interested in that, but no one has still paid, so it's still available. And then late August, I have one coaching spot in Riga, Latvia. And for September, I have a bit more of an interesting adventure that I want to do. I want to go to a place that's not known for the hottest local girls, but it's a place where now, after the war has started, they have many expats from Russia, Belarus, and Ukraine. So that's gonna be a crazy trip. I hope so, at least. Okay, that's I think all you need to know about what's happening. And now I'm gonna grab my laptop, sit down at the table, and read the Telegram messages this Russian girl sent me, explaining why Russian girls cheat and what's the attitude towards dating and girls being single, and why Russian girls prefer being in a relationship with a guy that's being abusive, beating her, etc., instead of being single. Okay, I'm sitting down here in front of my laptop. I have Telegram open there, and I'm gonna read you the message this beautiful and smart Russian girl sent me. It seems to me, I've never told you, but I watch my videos, sometimes on YouTube. Hope that's okay. The motivation is mixed. I like the way you think, and I kind of admire the thing you do. It feels like you're a scientist exploring human nature, its core. You are discovering fundamental laws of human nature and teaching others to see them as well. A mix of psychology and behaviorism in plain language. Such a vital thing for us. People who totally fail at communication, the most important thing for us. With all the resources we have, we still cannot not only sincerely talk to each other, but to interact at all. And the way you do it is not offensive for the girls. That's rare. As for the Ukrainian Russian Girls podcast, you've mentioned the unfaithfulness, and I have a point to share. I think that for a Russian girl, having no boyfriend or a husband is shameful. Traditionalism is still strong. A woman cannot be single. If she is, it's believed that there's definitely something wrong with her. Maybe she's bad-tempered or not able to establish long-term relationships. Maybe she has some physical or psychological illness. Maybe she's an old maid and totally inexperienced. Anyways, she's strange. Guys shouldn't be dealing with a girl like that. If a girl has no boyfriend, they feel sorry for her. They condemn. Admitting being alone is not an option. It's better to tell lies about some imaginary guy. It sometimes seems that having any guy, even an unemployed drug addict who beats her, is better than being alone. If a girl wants a breakup, she'd better find another guy first, or she will have have to face the anger of the ex-boyfriend stalking her and trying to get the real reasons. Who is he? Tell me. Not willing to admit that he was a jackass and did not love her. And sometimes girls really dive from one guy to another because it's safer and better accepted by the society. Thanks God, psychological help is widespread nowadays, but still. So the only possible way to not look pathetic here is to always have some guy. And one, no Russian girl will travel alone if she's in a good, reliable relationship. If she's alone and if she's alone and there really is a guy, there is no law and she's figuring out a way to break up with him. A journey is a good way to gain strength for that. And second point she's making, if a Russian girl travels alone and has no boyfriend, she won't say it that way. She has to jack up the price. She has to show that she's not a strange loner, not a creep that's not wanted by other guys, but a woman that respects herself and that has an opportunity to choose between several guys, so that you would have to prove to her that you're worthy. You know that the princesses cannot get laid by the first man that talks to her. She has to get the image that there is a prince. And then another message she sent after we chatted a bit is, by the way, I think there's something wrong with lots of traditions we have here. Total hypocrisy. A girl has to find a guy, but she cannot show her interest. It has to be his moves, not hers, because women's initiative is condemned. I still remember my grandma crying when I told her about my boyfriend and about the way we got acquainted. My grandma has had 30 to 40 partners and 3 official husbands. I told her that I met the guy online and texted him, and she was sincerely crying, saying her granddaughter's a whore, because it's not up to a girl to just talk to a guy first. She has to make him do it somehow. A girl has to be experienced and attractive, but cannot be interested in sex or some sexual experience. Women's orgasms still a total taboo. What a sin. Sexual activities are needed to get a guy and to hold him with you. The way you feel is not that important. Men's jealousy and possessiveness seems to be approved. Beats means loves still works for many guys. A successful woman is a one with a husband and some kids, even if there is no law, no feelings, and just some ugly stuff. Pray for a dick. If you don't have one, you're useless. What a shame. Don't tell anybody. Find just anyone, not to be alone, or at least have some guys around you to tell that your prince is that your price on the market is high, but you're just too picky to choose among them. Such a split between the real life and the image you have to create. There's no way to bridge the differences between your body and your mind, your goals and your needs. No wonder psychologists are so popular here today. In big cities, it's more or less okay, but in other places, still bad. I always hated all that stereotypes, but I still do feel that it's a part of my behavior, a subconscious one. Guys, I've met quite a few Russian girls. I've been with quite a few girls from Russia. I know quite a few people there. And I thought I understand the Russian dating culture pretty well, but this was the part that I had honestly missed. I didn't see it. I hadn't seen it. And when I read these messages, it really opened my eyes, and it was in plain sight. It was so obvious, and reading this and understanding this kind of really changed how I see Russian girls now. Well, guys, I just wanted to share this with you today because after the podcast about Ukrainian girls versus Russian girls, we had some discussions about this in a chat, and guys were surprised to see some of those things. But when I got these messages from this girl, it really kind of opened my eyes a little bit. So with all this being said, as I said, I do have one coaching spot in Budapest for 3 days. I have a coaching spot in Stockholm, Sweden, mid to late July, one spot available. End of August, one spot in Riga, Latvia. And then in September, I'm going to this amazing place, amazing location where there are plenty of Russian, Belarusian, and Ukrainian expats living. If you're interested in one of the spots, then link to find out more about the coaching and sign up is in the description. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and see you guys in the next podcast. Ciao.